kind of feels like Georgia the Jungle in a Dove body wash commercial, but I sort of like it.
So we're gonna just listen through some sample stuff. This is the main one. Let me just do this one first because this is the main one that I just really like this. I did run this through. I have multiple projects, and one of them was just straight up like I ran it through Iris 2 and did like some weird stuff. What's this? Yeah, that was like what I was like, okay, that's cool. And just hit on the Edison, I just hit record and just took samples off of that. So this is one of those. And I don't know, man. I just love this drum. It's so simple. Over here, it switches up a little bit. Just to give a little more space, I guess. And then we got, so we'll start over here too. And then there's like this, just a lower octave to kind of add some weird stuff. And then this is like a, kind of help transition into the next bar. This is, let's see, what is this? That's funny. So you get the point with that. This is like and then there's this one here. This was kind of the main one, and I can show you how I came up with this. But this is the progression idea came from the sample, and then I did draw out a pad based off of that. So I kind of wish I would have maybe not relied on the pad so much. This is the one. And then I made a chord progression out of this. This was, this is just some choppy, you know. So there's just a lot of weird stuff going on. And I think what happens when you do this, when you put so much, you know, even though it is actually very rich in the sample, but you kind of do so much that it like, and after I mixed it, it's not even that it was muddy. It's just like, there's just a lot. And your brain is just kind of like, although maybe it was a little muddy, but. So yeah, you know, I could see like, I guess this pad, maybe it's the pad that kind of blurred everything else. Well, let's see. Maybe let's see what Yeah, you know, it's very possible. I could have maybe just like, I could have hushed the pad a little bit. It was very strong. Well, that's cool. All right, so yeah, let's see. The drums, yeah, they're count drums. And I also use some freaking Reddit. like you can also. But anyway, this was kind of like a rough mix, and then I bounced everything into another project and kind of cleaned it up a little bit. This is just some whatever. Kind of added a little. And when it came to the switch up, oh, I forgot these. So these are pretty cool. These actually ended up being my favorite part of the sample. You know, I don't know, it's weird. I just put it through Iris. I found the frequencies that weren't as annoying. Put some saturation on them. All right, I think that's everything. So I'll open up the mix now just so you can see. All right. So, yeah, it's just cleaner to work with. And I added some stuff. So this was new. I took like a tail from something. What's this over here? And then I kind of chopped a part of that tail. I forgot where this came from, honestly. But this is also from the sample, just for, you know, Valhalla. And this goes the whole time. So, and then just a little crash was also a new thing. Let's see. So yeah, this is what it sounded like. I love TDR plugins. I think they're really cool. I know a lot of people don't like when people start out with the dry sample, but I think it does a lot in adding contrast to, especially if you're getting as ambient as I did. You know, there's kind of, you know, there's that, like that grading, and you go immediately from grading to like sweet. There's just something about that. I think that's really cool. So there's a little intro. And yeah, I feel like I just tried to make it a really clean mix. I love doing a lot of mid-side EQ stuff. Oh, I forgot to show what I used for the pad. I think it was Labs. It was Lab string, one of their like tape string sounds. And then I also forgot to show the bass. Well, that's not the bass. But for both of these, the bass, the simple bass line, and for this like corny lead, they were from Vital, which is also a free synthesizer, which is pretty dope. Where is the bass line? I mean, it's basically just a sine wave with a little bit of saturation. There it is. You know, I feel like that's everything, right? Is that everything? So obviously these 808s were heavily processed for sure in the first project, but also I did something. What did I do there? I'm trying to see what else I could share that I enjoyed. Dynamic EQ and mid-side EQ for me have been just like the ultimate, you know, little key that I've been missing recently, and there's always something, you know. I think the reason why I got Georgia the Jungle in the Dove commercial, man, the chat was defending me, and I just felt really good. You know, people were really kind, and I appreciate that. There was like the occasional like, oh, backyardigans. That's actually hilarious. I freaking love the backyardigans. My little brother's 10 years younger than me, and he used to love that show. And subsequently, I love that show. So, man, that's not even a roast. I love the Backyardigans. There's just some like there's some Donkey Kong-ish stuff in everything that I do. I'm a little bit too obsessed with like the little high lead, kind of with tons of reverb. I probably should get away from that a little bit, or just I don't know, do it a little more tastefully. But I just love a high lead with some reverb, man. Bramble Blast, I think that's what it's called, on Donkey Kong Country 2. They also brought it back on the Wii Super Smash Bros. Man, oh, the melodies in that thing. Whatever, let's make NES beats cool again, man. Let's make can we make keygen beats great again? like keygen beats doesn't have to be a roast. Or, we all secretly, we leave the keygen on even after it's done installing. Because secretly we don't want to admit it. Like, we think it's fire. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. But I'm going to just keep doing my thing. I'm going to keep making my ambient NES beats, man. My Backyardigan. Duff commercial, George of the Jungle beats. Hey, that commercial would slap, though. For real. I'm just rambling at this point. I don't know. Man, it was really fun. That was my third attempt at doing the Kenny Beats battle. I think I got 80 one time. I got 100 the second time. Obviously this was 24-hour, and I'm probably just, man, look at this lamp. Look at this lamp right here. In this flower. In this bookshelf. That's my wife's taste. She's got good taste. Oh, the blanket, man. This blanket is so comfy right here. Maybe I can do more videos like this. I don't know. This is my first time doing this format. It's kind of cool. I'm just kind of sitting here talking to myself. I feel like I'm the host of a prestigious podcast. But really, I'm just like a dude talking to himself in his apartment. It's all good. All right.